Hi, it's my Aunt Effie, and I am here to talk to you about another book today. It's by Michael Crichton, and I'm sure that most of you have heard of Michael Crichton. He was the one that created Jurassic Park, but he also wrote a lot of other books, and one of them is called Pirate Latitudes. So today we talk about Pirate Latitudes, and it was set in Port Royal, Jamaica, during 1665. Now, if you think about 1665, oh my gosh, such a long time ago, before the conveniences that we enjoy today. Just think about the medicines and the tonics that they used back then. Oh, in the book, it talks about one tonic that was used by a wealthy person. It was called oil of a red-haired dog, and he used it for gout. Now, I doubt very much this did anything, but it came in on pirate ships, or on ships. It came on ships, and ships came from Jamaica to other places. Mainly, most of the ships were Spanish at the time of this writing, this story, and that is what was the source of the pirates. So this oil of a red-haired dog came from London. So one of the things that we get to see in the book is the amazing disparities that are happening between the wealthy people and the servants. Also, we see a lot of mistreatment that happens with females. So by page 10, there's already a hanging. And guess who gets hanged? Well, it's a pirate. This place, Port Royal, is an absolutely crazy place full of thieving, brawling, lying, cheating. It's full of vengeance, greed, and a lot of suffering. It's the kind of place where at the end of each day, somebody comes by with a wagon, ringing a bell, calling, "Bring out your dead." So Port Royal is the kind of spot where you see a lot of people pressed into a small space. And of course, that is a breeding ground, especially in those days, for the plague. That's why they had to come by and pick up the dead every day. So we get to watch pirates put together an expedition, and it's so fun to see how Michael Crichton shows us a pirate puts together an expedition. There is some infidelity in the book. Infidelity, although it was not approved of, it was certainly normal, and it was well hidden. Now, I'm going to read you a little bit of page 73, where we get to see how so infidelity might come about in Port Royal during this time period. "Sarah," Mrs. Hacklet said, speaking to the slave she still thought was nearby, "do you know that Captain Hunter in the port?" "Mm-hmm," Cap Hunter said in a high-pitched voice. He sat down next to her clothes. "Robert says he is not but a common rogue and pirate," she said. "But Robert pays me so little attention. I was the favorite of the king. Now there is a merry man, make no mistake. But this Captain Hunter, he is so handsome. Does he have the favors of many women in the town, do you think?" Hunter does not answer. He watched Mrs. Hacklet splashing. "I expect he must do. He has that look in his eye which melts the hardest heart, and he is obviously strong and brave. No woman could fail to notice that. And his fingers and nose are of goodly length, which bodes well for his attentions. Does he have a favorite in town, Sarah?" Hunter does not answer. So you may have noticed by now that Sarah is the servant, which this woman thinks is sitting behind her while she takes a bath. Actually, Sarah has left, and Hunter is now sitting behind her. Hunter did not answer. His Majesty has long fingers, and he is wonderfully well suited for the bedroom, she giggled. I would not say, I should not be saying this, Sarah. Hunter still said nothing. Sarah, she said, turning, and she saw Hunter sitting there, grinning at her. Don't you know it is unhealthy to bathe? Hunter said. She splashed about angrily. All that has been said of you is true, she complained. You are a dastardly, uncouth, and utterly foul man, truly no gentleman. Were you expecting a gentleman, lady? She splashed more. Certainly I expected more than a common sneak and thief. Leave this spot now, so I may dress myself. I find this spot most amiable, Hunter said. You refuse to leave? She was very angry, and in the clear water, Hunter could see that she was rather too thin for his taste, a small-breasted, bony woman with a pinched face, but her anger aroused him. Okay, so that gives you a flavor for how people behave and how they act. Maybe not in London, but certainly when they get off the boat and they're all the way to heck to Jamaica. Crichton takes us on a really exciting pirate plundering expedition to capture a Spanish vessel that is laden with gold. The vessel is named the Trinidad, or El Trinidad. We meet the pirates and go along on the entire adventure. There are a lot of tricky twists and tricks that are in the plot. It's extremely fun to read. I'm going to read a little bit, just another half page for you on page 208 to give you a flavor for what it's like to be on the pirating expedition while you're reading. It's chapter 29. He rushed topside in a time to see 6 fireboats bearing down on the galleon. They were the warship's longboats, thickly coated with pitch, and now blazing brightly, illuminating the still waters of the bay as they floated forward. He cursed himself for not anticipating this maneuver. The smoke on the warship's decks had been a clear clue, which Hunter had failed to notice or failed to understand. But he wasted no time in recrimination. Already the seamen of El Trinidad were pouring over the side into the galleon's longboats tied along the ship. The first of the longboats cast off, the men stroking furiously toward the fireships. Hunter spun on his heel. Where are your lookouts? He demanded of Enders. How did this happen? Enders shook his head. I don't know. The watch was posted on the sandy point and on the shore beyond. Damn! The men had either fallen asleep at their posts, or else Spaniards had swum ashore in the darkness, surprised the men, and killed them. All right, well, I'm going to close out here. Don't want to ruin the book for you, but I will say that I loved it. It was fun. It was exciting. And this is Maya and Effie saying to you, have a wonderful day. Have as much fun as you possibly can. And don't forget to read something awesome. Bye.